I love people watching. It's by far my favorite activity on earth. When I was going to school, my freshman year of college at UCLA, there was this one cafe on campus. I would go there every single day and watch people all day long. But there was this one couple that used to always sit at this table close to me. I would just eavesdrop on their relationship for like years of going there, listening to them and listening to them talk about each other and talk about their problems or talk about little things that happened. And I knew all these things about them by the end. So I threw a bunch of like the information I collected about them and put them in this song. So I wrote the song with Julia Michaels and my producer Daniel Nigro. And it was a really funny day. I was like, I want to write a fun song today. Like, let's write a fun song. And Julia looked at me. She's like, do you want to write a fun song, Conan? And I was like, I think so, Julia. Like, I think. And she was like, no, you don't. And I was like, I don't. I don't want to write a fun song. And she was like, I know. I can tell. I was like, I just feel like everyone's in love around me and like I've never felt it before. And it was really one of those moments where she just saw right through me and we had to write this miserable song about like wanting to be in love. That wasn't funny, but she laughed so hard she almost cried. They're counting months they've been together, almost 49. We chose to say 49 months instead of like 4 years or whatever. I just thought it was kind of a funny way of saying it. I feel like in a relationship or with things that you really cherish, there's so much about like pulling the time and making it feel like it's bigger than it actually is. I always think about how when moms have babies, like the baby will be 3 years old and like it's like 36 months. You're like, that's a whole baby. That's a human. I feel like I wanted to kind of set up the song showing this couple that obviously have known each other for a really long time and know everything about each other. Even with my best friends, we have all these inside jokes and all these things that when we're talking to each other, it's like barely even English at that point. You know, it's just like words that don't make any sense or mean nothing to anyone else. And I think there's something really special about that. So I wanted to kind of play that picture of that couple who just, I could just tell they knew each other so intimately. And I want that for myself eventually one day. He's making fun of how she acts around the holidays. She wears a ring, but they tell people that they're not engaged. I feel like if one day I was engaged, I wouldn't be able to tell people that I was engaged. I'd just be like, yeah, like, we just hang out. Like, we've just been hanging out for like, I don't know, 5 years. Like, I'll have a child. Like, yeah, we're just friends. Like, I feel like I'd be like that. I have like such bad like intimacy commitment issues. I think that's like a super Gen Z, just unanimous thing. They met in class for metaphysical philosophy. He tells his friends I like her because she's so much smarter than me. I was a nerd in school, so I definitely got good grades. But by the end of school, I hated school so much. It was so bad. I skipped so much school that they threatened to not let me graduate. I'd probably skipped it for like an entire month to the point where when I walked into class for the first time and after skipping it for like weeks and weeks, everyone in the class stood up and started clapping because I'd been gone for so long. And then when I got to college, I went to college for one singular month and then dropped out and signed my deal. So it's just like they're having talks about their futures until 4 a.m. and I'm happy for them. Well, the first time I did a Genius interview was for a song called Crush Culture. At that point, I was so bitter about the fact that I'd never been in love that anytime I saw a couple be in love, I would just like want to vomit all over them. I didn't have it. I was really jealous of them. I just hated watching couples exist. I was like, that's not me. I hate you. If I'm going to be single, we're all going to be single. But nowadays, I see couples and I think I've shown some growth. I watch couples and I am happy for them. I mean, it's sad for me because I've never been in love and it's definitely a bit bittersweet. It's a hard feeling because I just never felt it. I'm happy for them, but I want to fall in love. It hasn't happened yet.